Hello everyone, welcome back to a YouTube class. So in the previous sessions we were dealing on the concept of pointers. The chapter 11 we were studying on pointers. So till now we had covered all the basics points relating to your pointers. That is the meaning of pointer, how we can define a pointer, how we can declare a pointer, then how we can write a simple code to your pointers, what all are the advantages of using your pointers, how you can assign a variable, a value to your pointer, that all things we had seen. And with that we had also seen in the previous sessions, that is the two operators used in your pointers. The one is address of operator and the other one is pointer operator, which is also called as indirection operator. So these all are the basic concepts which we should know relating to your pointers. The concept pointer, that is the chapter pointer, is there for 4 marks, 1 mark 1 question and 3 mark 1 question. So till now what all the topics we had covered, all has been already asked in your exams. So those all are the important points you have to remember. So in the previous sessions we were dealing on the operators of the pointers. So in pointers we have totally 2 operators. In pointers we have totally 2 operators. The first one we have is the address of operator. The address of operator, and the symbol which we use for this address of operator is nothing but your ampersand symbol. Which symbol we use for this address of operator is the ampersand symbol. Done? So the next operator we have is the pointer operator. The pointer operator, which is also called as indirection operator. Indirection operator, and the symbol we use is asterisk, which you call it as star. Right? So these are the operators which we use when we are dealing with your pointers. The one is the address of operator and the second one is your pointer operator. The pointer operator is also called as indirection operator. So the symbol which we use for the address of operator is this ampersand symbol, and the symbol which we use for your pointer operator or to your indirection operator is your star operator. We had also seen the meaning, that is the main usage of your operators, for what purpose we use these operators and all. Done. So here this address of operator will returns the memory address of its operand. So any operator, we know that when all you are using any operator, we must and should use that operator with its operand. That operator with its operand. So when I was dealing with these two types of the operators, I already told you that these both operators are unary operator. These both operators are unary operator. So here unary operator means only one operand you are using. Only one operand you are using with that particular operator. Such operators are called as unary operator. So here the address of operator, that is this ampersand symbol, with this which operand you write, it will provide you the memory address of that particular operand. Means with this operand, that is with this operator, ampersand operator, which variable you use, that variable's memory address will be returned with this statement. So when all you want to deal with the memory address of any variable, that time we use this address of operator. Next, coming to the next operator, that is your pointer operator or indirection operator. This is also your unary operator. This pointer operator is also a unary operator. So what it returns? It returns the value of the variable located at the address specified by its operand. So for example, if you are written x is equals to star p. If you are written x is equals to star p and your p is equals to ampersand of a, where a is equals to 100. A equals to 100. So what happens here? All are integer. Consider all variable are integer. So A stores 100. In P the address of A is there. Now what I am telling is x is equals to star p, means in P what address is there, in that address what value is there, that you have to display. Means suppose this is your memory address. Now this is x, I had stored 100 and its memory address is 8. Now this is P, here x's memory address is stored, means here 8 is stored. Now sorry, this is not x, this is A. Then now this is x, what I am storing in x, I am telling star p. Star p means go to P, in P what memory address is there, 8. In this memory address what value is stored, 100, that value is stored in x. Understand? X is equals to star p means go to P value, and this P what address is there, check that address, move to that address, and in that particular address what value is stored, that value assigned to x. So when all you want to return a variable located at that address specified by your operand, then that time we use this pointer operator, which is also called as indirection operator. Then so to understand this, I had also written one program and we had seen the examples of that program only. Then so moving to the next point of this chapter, we have studied the operators, declaration, defining the advantages of the pointers and all. Now another 3 marks important question we will study today, that is pointer arithmetic. That is what we have is pointer arithmetic. So with your operators and all, we can perform some arithmetic operations relating to your pointers. So as you had all understood that the pointer is an address, the pointer is nothing but an address which is a numerical value. Pointer stores what? It stores the address of the variable. So that address is always a numerical value. Therefore, we can perform the arithmetic operations on the pointer just which you can perform on your numerical value. So on all type of the numerical value we can perform the arithmetic operations. Similarly, as your pointer stores the arithmetic value, it stores the address and the address is in the format of your arithmetic value. So we can perform some operations on your pointers. Then, so which all the operations we can perform on the pointers are? On the pointers we mainly can perform 4 operations. On your pointers, we mainly can perform 4 operations. So which are those 4 operations? The very first one is we can perform increment. So what is the symbol of increment? Plus plus. The increment operations you can perform. Next, the second one you can perform decrement. We can perform decrement, that is minus minus 2 times you have to write. It represents decrement operations. Next, the third one you can perform is addition. The third one you can perform is addition, and the fourth one we can perform is subtraction. The fourth one we can perform is subtractions. So what all the operations we can perform on your pointers? The pointer stores the address of any variable, and that address is nothing but a numerical value. As on other numerical values, the numerical value means numbers. Okay, so as we can perform the different types of the operations on your numerical value, similarly we can perform some of the operations on your pointers also. Then, so which all are the main operations we can perform on your pointers are the increment operation, decrement operations, the addition and the subtractions. These mainly 4 operations we can perform on the pointer operations. So we know the meaning. What do you mean by increment? Increment will help you to increase the value of a variable by plus 1. Will help you to increase the value of the variable by plus 1. Decrement means it will help you to reduce the value of a variable by 1, that is minus 1. Increment means increase value by plus 1. Decrement means decrease the value by minus 1. Next, addition, adding the values. Addition is adding the values. Subtraction is subtracting, minus operation we can perform on your pointers. Then, so one small example I'll take, just a 4 line of the code, so which will tell how we can perform the operations. Then, so I'll take one small example. I declare some variables int n and star p. I'll declare 2 variables int n and star p. So n is a variable, normal variable, star p means it is a pointer. Both are of integer data type. Next, I assign some value to this n. I assign some value to this n. So what I do is n is equals to 10. I assign a value to n is equals to 10. Now, next what I do is I say p is equals to ampersand of n. What I do is I say p is equals to ampersand of n. So what you are doing? We had declared 2 variables of data type integer. One is a normal variable and another one is a star p, that is asterisk p, means it is a pointer. Now to this normal variable we are assigning some values, that is n is equals to 10 I had written. Now coming to the next, to the pointer variable, I had assigned the address of n. So what I am telling, in this pointer p, you store the address of n. You store the address of n. Then next, after storing the address of n into your pointer variable, next what I am doing is I am saying p plus plus. What I am saying is p plus plus. Then so what we are doing now, p plus plus, and then we are printing cout p. So what code line I had written? 2 variables I had declared, int n and star p. N is a normal variable. The star p, that is your asterisk p, is nothing but your pointer variable. 10 value I had assigned to n, so n is equals to 10. Now the address of n I am storing in a pointer variable, so n is equals to ampersand of n I had written. Next, what I am doing is I am incrementing the value of p. I am incrementing the value of p, that is the pointer value I am incrementing, not the value of n. I am incrementing the pointer value, that is p plus plus. Then next, the same p value I am displaying. What I am displaying is same p value. Now we'll see what output will be there for this and how it will be worked internally. See, now when we declare these variables, that is int n and asterisk p, means internally in the memory these value for these variables the addresses will be stored, that is the location will be stored. Then so let me take some variables to prepare some memory location. So the very first is int n is there, this is the n, and memory location, let me take it as 200. Then next p, it is of integer, so I have to skip some space, and this is p. Consider this is 201, this is 202, this is 203, this is 204. Then so n variable is declared, p is declared. Now next line, what I am telling, n is equals to 10. So in n we are storing 10. In n we are storing 10. Next, what we are telling, p is equals to ampersand of n, means in a p value you store the address of n. What is the address of n? That is 200. So in p I am storing 200. In p I am storing 200. Then so next, p plus plus, what we are telling, p plus plus. So p plus plus means what we are doing, in p what is there, 200 plus 1. In p what is there, it is 200 plus 1. So understand, n is integer, so it takes 2 byte, means 200 and 201. The initial value 200 is stored, but we have to add plus 1 after 201, because these two all are related to n only, because it is of integer, right? Integer stores 2 byte of the data. Only 1 byte we are using, but the another byte is also of n only. So when you are incrementing, you are doing 200 and plus 1, but it is always 201 plus 1. Then so internally it is now p is equals to not 200, p is equals to 202. Right? So the value of p has been incremented, and when we display p value, it will display 202. Why it is 202? Understand, because these both the blocks are relating to n. We are written here 200 because we are using only one byte. If you want, you can use both the bytes, but 200 and 201 both are relating to n. So when you are increasing the value of the memory location of n, then it should say 202. 201 plus 201 plus 1, and it is 202. Then, so like this, some of the operations you can perform relating to your pointer variables. So generally, one simple example I told you relating to your increment. Then, like that, you can perform the operations relating to your increment, decrement, addition, and subtractions. Then, so we'll see in detail how we can perform these all the operations. Then, so this question has been asked for 3 marks. That is, which all are the arithmetic operations you can perform on your pointers. This question has been asked for 3 marks. The operations performed on pointers. Let me give the titles. Operations performed on pointers. You are not performing on the other variables. You are performing directly on the pointer variables. Right? So which all the operations we can perform? The very first thing is, what you can do is, we can add integer value to a pointer. What we can do is, we can add integer value to a pointer. Okay, so how we can add an integer value to a pointer? See here. What I did here, in p, the address of n is there, and I am telling p plus plus. So rather than p plus plus, what I can say is p plus 10 also I can say. So integer value, 10 is an integer value, and I am adding to p. So what is there in p? In p, consider it as 200 plus 10. So it will display you 210. It will display you 210. Like this, some integer values you can add to your pointer variable. You can add it to your pointer variable. If you are getting confused, you can write the output like 201 only. Okay, don't get confused. Internally, when you learn in detail in your higher educations, when you learn in detail relating to your memory and hardware, that time you will get to know why I made it as 202. If you are confusing right now at the time being, just skip it. Just think that the address of n is 200 and in p 200 is stored, plus 1 means it will give you 201. Like that you think. Okay, the internal part, if it is getting into your mind, then go through that integer 2 byte, char 1 byte, float 4 byte, else you just consider as it is. Then, but the thing is, you have to clarify the doubts which you had relating to these points. Then, so the first operation relating to your pointer is, we can add integer value to your pointer. So how we can add an integer value? Suppose p is a pointer value. So any integer value like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, like that you can go on adding. So p plus 10 is possible, whether the p is a pointer variable. Right? So the second operator is, we can subtract an integer value from a pointer. What we can do is, we can subtract integer value from a pointer. So there is a pointer variable. Now we had added some integer value to that pointer. Like that, we can also subtract, we can also do the minus operation with your pointer variable. So p plus 10 you had written, now you can do p minus 5 also. P minus 5 also. So to your pointer variable, we can add some integer value also, and we can subtract some integer value also. So this is the another operation which we can perform on your pointers. Next, the third operation which we can perform on your pointer variable is, we can compare two pointers if they point the element of the same array. What we can do is, we can compare two pointers if they refer for same array. Suppose, consider here one pointer I had declared, that is star p. If I take one more as star x, then, and here one more variable you take a is equals to 20, and I can say x is equals to ampersand of a. Done. So here it is A, 20 is there. This is X where 201 is there. So here X and P both are the pointers. X and P both are pointers, and this is same array. To this, these pointers are referring. Then you can compare these pointers. You can compare these pointers. Suppose there is another array, and here X is there and here P is there. Here X is there and here P is there. Then you cannot compare these two pointers. You can compare two pointers if both are assigned or if both are referring to the same memory location of the array, then it is possible to compare two array. Then understand, comparison of two pointers is possible when they are referring to the same array. If they are referring to the two different arrays, then it is not possible to compare your pointers. So the third operations on your pointers you can perform is, you can compare two pointers if they are referring for the same array. Then, so the coming to the next operation, what you can do is, we can subtract one pointer from another pointer if both point to the same array. What we can do is, you can point. So the fourth operation says that we can subtract one pointer from another pointer if both points to the same array. So third operation what we have here is, we can compare two pointers when they are referring to the same array. Similarly, we can subtract those two pointers if both are referring for same. So let me write the fourth operation which we can do. Subtract one pointer from another pointer when both refer to the same array. So the fourth operation what we can do is, if this X and Y, P and X both are the pointers referring to the same array, then we can compare, subtract the pointers from one to another. If X is referring to other pointer and P is referring to the other pointer, then this subtraction is not possible. That is your fourth operation relating to your pointer. And the last operation what we can do is, we can assign one pointer to another pointer provided both are same type. What we can do is, assign one pointer to another pointer. The condition is, provided both should be of same type. So what is the condition? Same type means, suppose here X and P are the two pointers. What I can do is, I can assign the value which is there in P to your X. So I can make is X is equals to P. I can make the X is equals to P, means the value which is there in your P I can put in your X. But the condition is, the P and X should be of same type. Same type means, if P is of integer, X should also be of integer. If P is of float, X should also be of float data type. And if P is your char data type, then X should also be the char data type. So when you want to put the value, when you want to assign a value from one pointer to another pointer, then you have to refer the condition that the both pointers should be of same data type. Done. So these all are the 5 different operations we can perform on your pointers. Let me repeat the operations. The first one is, you can add an integer value to your pointer. As I told, P equals to 10, P equals to 20, any values you can add where P is a pointer variable. Next, the second one is, we can subtract an integer value from a pointer. So as you can add an integer value to your pointer, similarly we can subtract an integer value from your pointer. So as we are written here P plus 10, similarly I can subtract some value from the P, that is P minus 5, where P is a pointer variable. Next, coming to the third operation. The third operation says that we can compare two pointers. If there is a one pointer X and another pointer is Y, we can compare both if they are referring to the same array of the memory. If they are referring to the same array of the memory, then it is possible to compare two pointers. Next, coming to the fourth operation. Subtract, it is possible to subtract one pointer from another pointer when both are referring to the same array. So the pointer values we can subtract, which is there in your pointer, the values we can subtract if both pointers are referring to the same array. Next, coming to the fifth and last operations which we can perform on your pointer is, we can assign one pointer to another. We can assign one pointer to another provided there is a condition that the both pointers should be of same type. So what is the same type is? It is relating to your data type. It is relating to data type, that is int, float and char. If x and y, you want to assign the value of y to x, then what it should be? X and y both should be of integer. If z and w, you want to assign a value of w to z, then both should be of same type. It may be of int, it may be of float, or it may be of char. It is left to you. But when you are assigning a value of one pointer to another pointer, you have to just keep in your mind that the data types which you are used to declare your pointer variable all should be of same. So these all are the 5 operations which we can perform on your pointers, which will come for your exam for 3 marks. Similarly, as we can perform these all the operations on your pointers, there are some points, that is, we cannot perform those operations on your pointers. So while performing the operations on your pointers, you have to keep in your mind that there are some operations which we cannot perform. So let me give a list of those. The title is the operations cannot be performed on pointers. Operations cannot be performed on pointers. So these points you have to keep when you are performing the operations on your pointers. So the operations which we cannot perform on your pointers is, the first one we have is addition of pointers. Addition of pointers. So we had seen addition of 2 pointers. We had seen that some integer value we can add to your pointers, and we can compare 2 pointers. We can assign one value of one pointer to another pointer. That is all possible. But adding 2 pointers is not possible. Adding 2 pointers is not possible. If you want, you can add some integer value to one pointer, but there are 2 pointers. Those both pointers value you are not allowed to add. So this operation is not allowed in your language. Next, coming to the second one. The subtraction of one pointer from another pointer when they do not point to the same array. I told in the other list, that is operations performed on the pointers, is we can subtract one pointer from another pointer. But the condition what was there? Both should be refer for same array. If both are not referring to the same array, then that subtraction is not possible. Subtraction with different array is not possible. So addition in any condition is not possible. It may be relating to the same array or the different array. Subtraction is possible if they are referring to the same array, but if they are referring to the others array, means different arrays, then it is not possible. Then the third one is multiplication of 2 pointers is not possible. Multiplications of 2 pointers is not possible. So addition is not possible. Subtraction is possible if both are referring to the same array, but if they are referring to the different array is not possible. Then similarly, multiplication of 2 pointers is also not possible. Like addition and multiplication, even the division of pointers is not possible. Division of 2 pointers is also not possible relating to your pointers. So these are the mainly 4 points if you are to remember relating to your pointers. That is, addition of 2 pointers is not possible. Subtraction of 2 pointers when they are referring to the different array is not possible. Multiplication of 2 pointers is not possible, and division of 2 pointers is not possible. So relating to the operations on your pointers, these 4 operations are not possible. Done? So in today's sessions, we had seen the pointer arithmetic and the operations which we can perform on the pointers and the list of the operation which we cannot perform on your pointers that we had seen. Then, so let me do a revision once again. So the pointer arithmetic is possible because pointer stores an integer value. Like the other numerical value, how we can perform the operations on other numerical value. Similarly, on the pointers also we can able to perform some of the operations. So which all the operators we use with your pointers are these: increment, decrement, addition and subtraction. So these operators can be used with your pointers. That is, increment means +1, decrement means -1, addition adding and subtraction is subtracting. A small examples I took and I had explained how we can work. So after that, a 3 marks important question, that is the operations performed on your pointers. Which are the operations we can perform on your pointer variable? Those are, we can add some integer value to your pointer. Understand, adding 2 pointers is not possible, but one single pointer, to that some integer value if you want, you can add it. That is possible. Done? Next, subtracting integer value from a pointer is also possible. And the third one is comparing 2 pointers when both are referring to the same array. You can compare 2 pointers if they are referring to the same array. That is possible. Then the fourth one is you can subtract 2 pointers when both are referring to the same array. You can subtract 2 pointers, that is, you can subtract one value of a pointer from the another value of the pointers when both are referring to the same array. But when the pointers are referring to the different arrays, that is not possible. Next, the last one is we can assign one pointer to another pointer when both are of same type. So same type means relating to your data type, integer, float and character. Right? So if you are assigning the values of one pointer to another pointers, the both should be declared of same data type. Both should be either integer, either char or should be float. One char float, one char int or one int and float, that is not possible. It should be either all integer, all char, all float. Different one is not allowed. Next, coming to the list of the operations which we cannot perform on the pointers is adding 2 pointer is not possible. Subtracting of 2 pointer with the different arrays assignment is not possible. Multiplication of 2 pointer is not possible and division of 2 pointer is not possible. Then, so these are all the points we had covered in today's class. The example relating to these arithmetic operations, one program we have that I'll cover in the next class. So relating to today's points, that is pointer arithmetic operations, the operations performed on pointers and the operation which we cannot perform on the pointers. If you have any doubts, let me know. I'll clarify all your doubts. Your pointers will cover in the next class. Thank you.